There is always the story the public sees, and then there is the quieter, more complicated story unfolding beneath it. When a familiar face appears on television during a personal crisis, composed and steady, we instinctively focus on the surface. We see calm words, measured pauses, gratitude expressed in the right order. We assume we understand what is happening. But often, what we are witnessing is only the outer layer of something far deeper. In moments of public difficulty, the performance of strength can blur the reality of human emotion. The headlines highlight events. The clips circulate online. Support pours in. Yet the internal experience of the person at the center of it all remains largely invisible. What we call grace may, at times, simply be survival. What we call composure may be the result of a lifetime spent learning how to hold everything together when falling apart does not feel like an option. A life built on discipline and dedication. At 54, many people find themselves standing at a plateau they worked decades to reach. It is an age often associated with confidence earned through experience and battles already fought. For someone like Savannah Guthrie, that plateau represents years of dedication, long mornings, relentless preparation, and navigating a demanding industry. Building a respected career in national television requires more than talent. It demands resilience, adaptability, and emotional control. It means showing up on difficult days and maintaining clarity when the spotlight feels unforgiving. By this stage of life, the expectation is not constant proving, but steady presence. It is supposed to be a season of assurance rather than uncertainty. Yet life does not consult timelines before introducing hardship. No amount of professional accomplishment insulates a person from personal fear. And when private challenges collide with public roles, the emotional weight multiplies in ways few people truly understand. When public responsibility meets private fear, there is a unique pressure that comes with facing personal distress while remaining visible to millions. The instinct to protect loved ones, to handle matters quietly, clashes with the obligations of a public platform. Words must be chosen carefully. Emotions must be managed thoughtfully. Every statement carries potential consequences. In such moments, composure becomes both shield and burden. It protects ongoing efforts and prevents unnecessary speculation, yet it can also mask the depth of pain underneath. The world often praises those who remain steady in crisis, but steadiness does not cancel fear. It simply contains it. Behind every calm message delivered to the public, there may be hours of uncertainty, whispered conversations, and unanswered questions. The tension between being a professional and being a daughter, a parent, or simply a human being can feel almost unbearable. Still, the camera turns on and responsibility calls for clarity rather than collapse. The philosophy of staying strong. Many people learn early in life that strength is not optional. It is encouraged, modeled, sometimes even required. Parents who have endured hardship themselves often pass along a simple message. Keep going. Handle what must be handled. Do not let the world see you falter. That message can build extraordinary capability. It can produce adults who thrive under pressure and meet challenges head-on. But it can also quietly shape how someone processes emotion. If vulnerability feels unsafe or unproductive, it becomes something to tuck away rather than share. Over time, that approach transforms from advice into identity. The ability to perform under stress becomes second nature. In moments of crisis, instead of unraveling, the person organizes. Instead of freezing, they communicate. From the outside, it looks like remarkable poise. From the inside, it may feel like the only way they have ever known how to survive overwhelming circumstances. Strength as survival, not perfection. Observers sometimes mistake endurance for invincibility. When someone continues to function during a painful chapter, it is tempting to label them extraordinary. But endurance is often less about being unbreakable and more about being conditioned. The capacity to speak clearly through fear does not mean fear is absent. It means it has been compartmentalized. Survival behaviors can look polished because they have been practiced over a lifetime. In high-pressure careers, especially in media, that skill is sharpened daily. The habit of separating feeling from delivery becomes deeply ingrained. So when personal crisis strikes, the same mechanism activates. It is not a calculated performance so much as an automatic response. The world may applaud composure, but few see the cost of maintaining it. Holding everything together can be exhausting. It demands energy that might otherwise be used for grieving, resting, or simply admitting, even privately, that the situation feels overwhelming. The invisible battle beneath the visible one. Whenever hardship stretches on, there is the visible timeline, and then there is the emotional one. The visible timeline consists of dates, updates, official statements, and developments reported publicly. The emotional timeline unfolds differently. It stretches longer. It lingers in the quiet spaces between announcements. Waiting can be more draining than action. Not knowing often weighs heavier than knowing. Each day brings renewed hope and renewed uncertainty. While the outside world measures progress in headlines, the family measures it in sleepless nights and cautious optimism. For someone balancing public communication with private longing, that waiting period can feel like living in two parallel realities. One demands clarity and steadiness. The other aches for reassurance and answers. The longer uncertainty persists, the more difficult it becomes to sustain the outward calm without acknowledging the internal strain that accompanies it. The question of being enough. Beyond immediate circumstances lies a deeper human theme: the desire to be enough for the people who matter most. Professional recognition rarely satisfies that longing. Awards, ratings, and public admiration can affirm competence, but they do not replace the affirmation we seek from family. When love is expressed primarily through expectation and high standards, it can motivate remarkable achievement. It can also leave behind a quiet question that echoes through adulthood. Am I valued for who I am, or for how well I perform? That question does not signal a lack of love. It reflects the complexity of human relationships. Even strong, supportive families can unintentionally blur the line between encouragement and pressure. In moments of crisis, that old question may resurface with unexpected intensity. The longing for reassurance becomes intertwined with the immediate challenge at hand, deepening the emotional experience beyond what the public ever sees. Letting the walls down over decades, people build emotional structures to protect themselves. Some of those structures are helpful. They allow focus, productivity, and resilience. Others make it difficult to ask for help, even when help is available. Letting trusted friends or family see vulnerability requires unlearning habits formed long ago. It requires believing that love does not depend on performance. In a crisis, that belief can be hard to access. The instinct to remain composed may override the desire to lean fully on others. Yet support networks exist precisely for such seasons. True strength is not the absence of tears, it is the willingness to share them. When the spotlight dims and the cameras leave, what remains are relationships built on trust. Those relationships can carry the weight that one person should never have to carry alone. Allowing others inside the walls is not weakness. It is an act of courage in its own right. The power of simple words. In the end, amid complexity and uncertainty, the most powerful reassurances are often the simplest. Not strategic statements or polished speeches, but uncomplicated expressions of love. Words like, "I love you and you are enough," do not require accomplishment as proof. They do not hinge on composure or flawless handling of difficulty. They stand on their own. When spoken clearly and sincerely, they can quiet questions that have lingered for years. In any family, especially during challenging chapters, those words matter more than perfectly managed appearances. Public narratives may continue to unfold, and professional roles will remain. But beneath them all is a daughter, a mother, a human being navigating uncertainty while doing her best to remain steady. If there is hope in any difficult season, it rests not only in resolution, but in the reminder that love is not earned through perfection. It is given freely, exactly as we are.